The Sheep Creek property is part of Margaux's Kootenay Arc project in southeast British Columbia. It's a gold property located about 12 kilometers southeast of Salmo. The property covers most of the historic Sheep Creek Gold Camp, one of the largest orogenic gold vein systems in the province. The Sheep Creek Gold Camp extends from Mount Waldy in the south to Reno Mountain in the north, a distance in excess of 7 kilometers. The topography of the property is pretty rugged with a lot of steep rocky slopes, and there is a lack of vein exposure at surface, in part because they have been mined. Old mining roads provide access to some of the old workings, but many others are overgrown and require brushing. These are factors that make for challenging surface exploration, but also add to the allure of the potential of the property. Importantly, for the first time in more than 100 years, claims that cover most of the Sheep Creek Gold Camp have been consolidated under one owner, which allows for a comprehensive assessment of the property's potential to proceed without any encumbrances created by third parties. Gold-bearing veins were first discovered in the Sheep Creek drainage in 1896 and led to staking of claims to cover the Yellowstone and Queen veins. Mining began in 1900 with the development of the Yellowstone mine, followed by development of the Queen mine in 1902. Prospecting to the north and south resulted in additional discoveries, and by 1911 led to the development of the Kootenay Bell, Nugget, and Motherlode mines. The Reno vein, at the north end of the Sheep Creek Gold Camp, was discovered in 1912 and soon put into production. It was the last significant discovery made in the camp, but became its most productive mine. Each mine in the Sheep Creek camp consisted of one or more veins. The Reno mine, for instance, included a total of 7 veins. Since the early days of discovery, surface work and an estimated 65 kilometers of underground development identified approximately 60 veins. A total of 33 veins have seen some form of production, and 26 of those productive veins are located on the property. So mining began in 1900 and continued with some interruptions until 1951. The mines closed because of higher costs associated with mining at deeper levels and weakening gold grades. Production on the property from 1900 to 1951 was about 623,000 ounces of gold and 321,000 ounces of silver from the processing of 1.4 million tons of ore. The average grade of the ore mined was about 0.43 ounces per ton gold, or 14.7 grams per ton gold, which are excellent grades. Since mining stopped in 1951, there has been relatively little work done on the property. That work was limited to rehabilitation and reassessment of select underground workings and minor drilling programs. Importantly, this work included extensive chip sampling of drifts and stope walls that outlined segments of intact vein mineralization with good gold grades. Expanding on this excellent data is a priority. Margaux has assembled an impressive library of documents for many of the old mines on the Sheep Creek property. A number of them are original large format maps drafted on linen that date back to 1910, such as this map of the Motherlode underground workings. Detailed maps such as these provide invaluable information and provide a great baseline for us moving forward. At Sheep Creek, gold-bearing quartz veins occur within a sequence of layered sedimentary rocks that were folded in response to plate tectonic forces during mountain building processes. During folding, the more brittle rock layers, such as quartzite, cracked and developed wide fissures. Gold-bearing silica-rich fluids migrated into these low-pressure openings and then crystallized to form the veins. Veins at Sheep Creek occur preferentially in several different quartzite units at the crest of one of the folds, the western anticline, and on its limbs near the crest, as well as on the west limb of a parallel fold, the Sheep Creek anticline. The axes of the folds trend north-south, while the fissures that hold the veins trend east-west and dip steeply to the south. Generally, the veins occur every 1 to 200 meters along the length of the two folds, forming a mineralized corridor that is more than 7 kilometers long. Gaps in this regular spacing may be indicative of undiscovered veins. The gold-bearing veins range from less than 10 centimeters to more than 2 meters thick, but average about 1 meter. Individual veins have been exploited for more than 550 meters along strike and for up to 500 meters depth. We also consider the potential for other types of related mineralization, such as veins that may have developed in chemically reactive host rocks, such as limestone, which occurs as layers above the quartzite units. Margaux optioned the Sheep Creek property in late 2016 and this is our first season of work. We've collected rock samples from many of the workings on the property in order to characterize the mineralogy and chemistry of the different veins. This work has confirmed the local high gold grades of certain historic producers, such as the Reno vein with values up to 58.6 grams per ton gold, and has identified the new Cat high-grade polymetallic prospect, a vein hosted in limestone. We've also completed soil sampling in one area that has generated a strong gold anomaly. This map shows where we've collected rock and soil samples and shows results for gold. The Reno vein is way up north, and the Cat vein is in the west central part of the property. Our early work has confirmed the historically reported high gold grades and gives us confidence that there could be more economically mineable veins on the property. Margaux believes that there is excellent potential at Sheep Creek to extend the dimensions of a number of the known veins and also to discover new veins. The upcoming drill program will test up to 5 vein targets where historical work and/or our surface sampling has identified significant potential. We have every reason to expect that our exploration efforts will be successful.